You know what? Like the thing you said about Jose Aldo, that is kind of controversial. No, I
Super.
mean,
The guy has lost, I want to say, four of his last six.
yeah,
Either four or five or four of six. Um, there's other guys that deserve the fight. I assume it's Cejudo that made the decision that he uh, chose his opponent.
seems to be that way. I mean,
You
I
saw
think he
Adesanya, same thing, doing the Romero. I get it. Romero has he's right on the cusp, and he came really close to winning the title. But I prefer to give title shots to guys that deserve them based off of wins and wins. I think you should because you could we've seen this in the past. Guys' careers can spiral after things like this. You're back to back losses and you lose this. Aldo goes nowhere. Like it doesn't. It This could be his last fight. I mean, let me.
of his career,
And
or
we've
is he
seen
gonna
it
do it?
with B.J. Penn, Anderson Silva, the Fedor. The fall from grace you can fall real fast, real hard, and you can. There's a lot of guys that started their career 17, 18, and 1, and at some point they're like 20 and 14. And so it I worry for Aldo. He's taking a lot of punishment. I think he's taking a lot of shots. He doesn't deserve the title shot. Um, it's a weird move because I thought he won the fight against Moraes,
I did too.
but the judges didn't give it to him. See, it's hard to make the decision as a company to say, you know what, I think he won. I
Doesn't
think he
seem that
won.
hard.
I think he won. So I'm gonna give him the he earned it. Eh, eh, maybe give him another opponent.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that hard though. I
No,
think Aljamain Sterling deserves a shot. I think Peter Yan deserves a shot,
those are the
but
two. Yeah, those are the
seems
two.
it does seem to be Cejudo's decision. I think I saw a tweet or an Instagram post where he gave his reasons for choosing Aldo. Something about Peter Yan's English not being great, which doesn't really matter. It's a fight game.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, fights are all broadcast all over the world. But I don't remember his reasoning for Aljamain. Um, I don't think as the champion you should be choosing who you get to fight.
Nope.
I think that's just like an all comers thing. But I do think between Yoel Romero, I'm sorry, Israel Adesanya and Henry Cejudo making this decision, it's so similar, but I do think it's different in the sense of Yoel Romero, he's established at 185. He's a threat to everybody, even though he's lost his last two. Was it the last two? I'm sorry. I know he lost to Costa, but no, he won. Was his fight before that was against Whitaker
It was
or
what's his name?
Rockhold? Whitaker?
Rockhold, I believe.
Okay. Okay, so we lost like two of his last four. Um, but he's a threat at 185. There's still like top 10 guys that don't want to fight him. Like Jose Aldo is not a 135 pounder. He's fought one fight at 135. Like I don't remember what he weighed. I don't remember if he made 35
Yeah, and
or if
how
he.
good is his English? Seriously, seriously. If we're gonna compare English here, give me a goddamn break. If we have an English competition, Peter Yan might win. Peter Yan might
English
win.
competition.
Yeah, yeah. So Hudo, and you gotta test that guy for CTE at some point, man. Because the stuff that goes through his brain and the thoughts on his mind, they make no sense sometimes.
They make no sense a lot of
The things he
times.
says, I'm like, calling out women, all these things. He makes zero sense. All the skill in the world, not a lot of the brains. All all the skill in the world, not a lot of height.
Hey,
All
you
the
gotta focus
Yeah, you can't have it all.
on his skill game.
He shows you can't have it all. You look at Cejudo, can't have it all. Got the Olympic titles, but not a very well functioning brain when it comes to common sense statements, especially public facing statements that are like almost your official statement. That was like an official statement. His English is not that good. Oh, cool. That's good. Okay. Appreciate that, Henry. Henry.
I I think. See, but here's the thing. I feel like Jose Aldo. That maybe there's something he saw in Jose Aldo in the fight with Marlon Moraes. Um, that he feels that he can really exploit, take advantage of. Um, I don't feel that way, and I could be wrong, but I just feel that way. I don't feel that way about Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero. I feel that the Yoel Romero fight is one of those things where it's like, this guy is one of the killers in the division. He's on my hit list. This is somebody I have to take out because I want the recognition of taking out everybody in my division who
Sure.
is the best.
Uh,
So
that makes Aldo is not a threat for the title. I think
no,
right
not at
now
135.
he's far away. He's got to win 2 3 fights. So 2 3 fights is
He's
probably
ranked number
12.
six, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ranked sixth in the world. He if he went
At
on a
that,
2 fight run, he should fight next year for the title.
yeah.
There's contenders. I think Aljamain Sterling's like. I think Cejudo's just trying to hold on to the belt. Just trying to.
I think the argument is between Sterling and Jan as to who deserves it the most right now.
I can tell
And
you who doesn't deserve it. It's Jose Aldo, and I hope karma kicks in and then something happens where this fight falls through. I that's how I
um,
look at it because it's
what
one
if
of
the
those
fight
it's
doesn't
one of
fall
those
through and
rare
Jose Aldo just
it's a rare one that shouldn't be that way.
it shouldn't, but I mean, should it come to fruition, what if Jose Aldo wins this fight? Then what?
Then it's all dumb.
Is the belt kind of up in the air and up for grabs at 135, or can he dominate at 135 for a little bit?
I don't think Jose Aldo can dominate 135.
Do you think he beats Peter Yan or Aljamain?
I think he probably beats Jan. I don't think he beats Sterling. Um, yeah, I think Sterling will put the grind on him. I don't think Aldo will really enjoy that type of fight, especially at 135. He didn't. He looked like someone that you the helicopters like picked him up and they're like, "Hey, I haven't eaten in months. I'm like emaciated." He didn't look like he can sustain. I don't know if he can make that weight super long. He looked really drained.
And that's a very different fight with Marlon Moraes than it was with Aljamain Sterling in that,
It was
like, he's
striking. They were
kickboxing.
just
That's where he's really
kickboxing.
comfortable.
That's not
That's
gonna put it when you cut weight. A kickboxing fight isn't really gonna tax you, but if you got to embrace the wrestling and your muscles get full of lactic acid and stuff, your muscles aren't like when you cut that much weight, your body really can't handle like that's the worst type of fight for you when you cut a lot of weight.
yeah, the grind.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's yeah. I'm looking at records over here. It's a real fall far for Jose Aldo. Not something I really didn't want to give too much time to this because it's just he doesn't deserve it. He really doesn't deserve the title shot.
I just
He
hope
had
it
one
comes to
fight in the
fruition.
weight class and it's a loss.
I
So
really hope that it comes to fruition. He wins. That's my thing. That's my desire. That's my hope. Um, I'm not huge on Henry Cejudo. I don't dislike the guy, but I'm not a big fan of his style. I'm not a big fan of his microphone presence.
per,
Uh,
yeah, perfect
I
scenario for
appreciate
me.
I definitely
Uh,
appreciate him,
Jose
but I
Aldo
don't
doesn't make
understand.
weight, and then he beats Cejudo, and then neither guy. That's my perfect scenario right there.
So he'll still hold the belt. That's the problem. He'll still be the
It's
champion and
fine.
recognized.
It's fine. Still lose. Hold on to the belt. And you just have a real tainted. It's just real tainted. You took that fight with that guy. He beat you. Didn't make weight. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But I'm a real believer in karma, and I have nothing against Jose Aldo. I just there's only one title. It's not like boxing, WBC, WBA, where there's mandatory contenders and things like that. I like the idea of mandatory contenders, mandatory challengers.
I agree. The problem with that is that's usually the number one. And right now, who is the number one 135? I don't
It's
remember.
Moraes.
Yeah, and he just lost that fight to Cejudo. So I get that, but I feel like if the number one is not mandatory, or if you just lost,
Go to
one
number
just
two.
lost, you should automatically go to number two.
Yeah. And
And that's Aljo, isn't it? Or Aljo's at three.
I know Aljo's two. Giannis
Okay.
3,
Giannis
Corey
3.
Sandhagen, Havel Sunsao. You have all these guys that could fight for a title. Like
Sun
it's
Xiao, yeah. Wait, what was the Sun Xiao's last fight?
Sun Xiao's last fight was he lost to Corey Sandhagen. So
Okay.
essentially, Corey Sandhagen should probably get the title. He's 5-0 in the UFC. Beat Asuncao, Lineker, Alcantara. Those are three pretty big wins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
any one of those three guys, 2, 3, or 4,
make
should
it
get that shot.
happen. Make it
Well,
happen.
5. You all the way to 6.
You have Jose Aldo, the number 11 ranked featherweight in the world. The number
Wait,
11.
I thought Jose was 6. Who's the
He's 6
6?
at bantamweight. 11 at featherweight.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on. Don't an 11 ranked guy at a weight heavier should not be fighting for a title at a weight below.
Well, he's ranked higher at a lower weight, although he hasn't won any fights there yet.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes tons of sense. The guy hasn't won a fight, but yeah, put him above Jimmy Rivera. Put him above Cody Garbrandt. Put him again above John Dodson. He hasn't won a fight, but he made the weight. It's like,
And he should be fired. He should have to fight one of those two names you just mentioned, Jimmy Rivera or Cody Garbrandt.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are good fights. Those are great fights. Establish
That's-
yourself in a division with at least one win before you
Yeah.
fight for the title. I know the judges might have got it wrong there, but establish yourself with a win, and at least it'll shut up the fans, and you don't lose a little bit of credibility here, UFC in the talent of who's fighting for a title and who deserves it.